What's going on, guys? This is Heck from Instagram. I'm back at it again with another Rust electricity guide. I noticed there were some questions on the last one that I thought I'd answer today, as well as addressing the updated auto turrets that you guys have most likely noticed by now if you've been playing the game. So, if you haven't watched my previous guide, I'd recommend going back and watching that, as I'm not going to be covering everything that I did in that last one. I'm only going to be covering the things that I didn't cover, and obviously the updated auto turrets, like I said. So without further ado, let's get right into it. First change I'm going to address right now is the auto turrets. So as you guys have probably noticed, they don't come with a weapon anymore. You have to put your own one in. That's the sound of you putting a weapon in. This is what it looks like by default. You can set it up, it'll turn on just like usual, it'll acquire targets just like usual. Nothing changes except from the fact that it can't shoot, which is actually a pretty big change. You still have your basic triggers like no ammo, low ammo, and a has target, which means that you could technically use this as a discount heartbeat sensor if you're incapable of finding one, but I would not recommend it, as it's a lot more obvious. There's a big fat laser coming out, this and that, whatever. Be creative with it. Here I have some examples set up about what you can do with them. So an interesting thing to note is that they've changed the required electricity to 10. I believe it used to be 15 or 25. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like I remember that being what it used to be at. Now you only need 10. The setup right now to all of these is a windmill with solar panels set up to a large battery, distributed so that through power branches, so that each auto turret gets exactly 10 electricity when I flip the switch. So I have some examples of what you can set up here. I have a bolt, an AK, an Ioka even, and an M249. You can put literally whatever gun you want. This excludes flame turrets, rocket launchers, and grenade launchers. Those used to be available before it was put into the main game, so some people think you can still use those, but you cannot. If anyone says you can, they're wrong. They removed that option from auto turrets. So I know what you guys are thinking. I can put an L96 in my auto turret and I can roof camp automatically. No, that's not how this works. Each auto turret, regardless of which gun it has in it, will target someone from 40 meters. So 40 meters is about this far, maybe a bit further, give or take. Just a general idea. I don't have the numbers on me. I didn't set that up. But yeah, about 40 meters is that way. So each auto turret doesn't depend on which gun you have in it. So a bolt, an AK, even an Ioka will target from 40 meters. So this means that putting shotguns in your auto turrets is not the best idea if you like having ammo. But it also means that you could put maybe a spaz shotgun in an auto turret and then put that somewhere in your base as a mobile or movable kind of shotgun trap. So like I said, it doesn't work with flamethrowers though, since you already have a flame turret, but why would you want to do that? So yeah, you can put any gun you want, even an M249, which would be a very expensive auto turret and be very painful if it got destroyed, but you can do it, the option is there. It takes regular 5.56. If I remember correctly, you still can't put in explosive ammo or HV ammo. And the weapon durability should not go down while it's inside of it. So that's pretty much it for auto turrets. Put whatever weapon you want. It'll only target from 40 meters. And yeah. Moving on here, we have batteries. I didn't fully cover these in the last one, and for some reason I don't have a small battery. Didn't cover these in the last video, but some people wanted me to, so here they are. Small battery holds up to 150 watts per minute, and the maximum power output it can give is 10, compared to the medium battery, which has 9,000 watts per minute, watt minutes, whatever you want to call it, and it can output 50. It's not showing right now, but it can output up to 50 electricity. Then you have your large rechargeable battery, which can have an output of up to 100 and has 24,000 watt minutes. I'm not entirely sure what those numbers convert into as in real life time, but it also depends on how much electricity you're pulling from each, how much is going back in. It's a complicated thing. I just more worry about just testing it, see if it can last you through the night with what your current setup is. for most basic lighting. So maybe in a 2x2, if you just want to have a couple lights set around, a battery system, you want to call it, with powered by a solar panel, that'll probably be enough to survive you through the night. Obviously, if you want to do auto turret setups like that, you're going to need multiple batteries of whichever size you choose. So, something that I didn't cover and hadn't had figure out in the last video is door controllers. This setup is powered by a large battery that's being fed by a small generator into this switch, and this switch is connected to the door controller, which is connected to the garage door. So I always hated trying to set these up because I could never figure it out for the life of me of how you're supposed to do it. I finally figured it out after all this time. I already have it broke. I don't know why I'm doing that. So basically what you're going to do, place your door. This automatically comes with the code lock, and click unlock. Now take your door controller, place it right next to it, and then just click E, and it'll pair to the nearest door. Now the requirements for this to work are: it needs to be a door, it cannot be locked, and it cannot be open. If I'll show you, pressing E, you can probably hear me hitting my keyboard. It's not pairing. If I unlock it, still not pairing. If I close it and then lock it, not pairing. But if it's closed and it's unlocked, it'll pair just like that. Now the way these work is, if the door controller has electricity, it will hold the door open. If it doesn't, it'll close the door. That means that if you're in your base and all of your doors are set up in some advanced, complicated electricity circuit, and you run out of power, all of your doors will close, unless some of them are obviously powered. It's a good thing to keep in mind. Don't mess that up. If your electricity goes out, all your doors will close. You can also use this as a fail-safe. So if you have a setup or whatever, and you're getting raided, and they destroy your windmill, whatever, that's powering your auto turrets, your doors will close along with them. So there's some things you can do with that. You can be creative with it. Have your circuit set up. But that's about it for this. I'll demonstrate this once again in case there's a little bit of confusion as to how you set it up. I'm doing this with the garage door. This can be done with any door. In fact, I'll show you that it can be done with any door by doing it with this sheet metal door. So, place your door frame, place your door. Unlock said door. Put your door controller. Make sure your door is closed, and then press E. Good thing, no, you can relock this, by the way. You can open this however you want to open. It's not like it's locked now because you put a door controller to it. But if you update the door controller, then it will override whatever state you have it in. So for example, it's closed, obviously. But if I open it, the door controller still doesn't have electricity. If I turn it back off again, it will close. For example, I have it open. Oh, no, wait. Yeah, I have it open, and I give power to it, so it's supposed to stay open. And if I close it, then I flip it again, it will open it back up, and then obviously do whatever you want with it. But yeah, this works with any door, no requirements, except it has to be closed and it has to be unlocked. So that's about it for this video. If you guys enjoyed, comment, like, do all that. If you have any suggestions on how I can make this any better, leave a comment. If you have any questions, leave a comment. I'll try my best to answer. It's been a hot minute since I made that last tutorial, so sorry that it took so long, I guess, but I'll try my best to not take so long with the next one if there's some pressing matters that I have to make a video about. So, yep, that's about it, guys. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.